Let's refresh my brains together while I tell you how to tell better stories, whether you're a writer like me or just someone who likes to tell your friends gist. Let's go.
How you like that?
So I saw a post on Twitter and the post was intriguing. What's going on here? Of course, you know that on Twitter it's not enough to watch the video or look at the image. The most interesting thing about Twitter is the comments. So of course I went to the comments. It was in the comment that I realized that I hadn't noticed something quite important in the video that I just watched, which was pointed out here in the comments. Why was she cleaning the TV? And so I went back to watch and I realized, oh, I didn't watch the video to the end, because it's towards the end that the lady started wiping the TV. And of course I was naturally again intrigued by the responses, and I thought about it for a moment. I was trying to make sense of what they had just said. And I realized that in fact it did make sense, but then it still seemed kind of abstract. And so I'm like, I know that this is a thing, but I'm not sure how I realize that this is a thing. How do I understand this? How do I understand it? How is this making sense to me? I need to remember. And then I'm like, wait, I remember where I've seen that before. The many places, in fact, that I've seen that before. But just to summarize, remember Jaja, Kambili, remember when their father would get angry, do something drastic, and then their mother will just pick up the things that have been broken or shattered and do as if nothing has happened, and just start talking calmly to people, directing them what to do, as if what happened didn't just happen, as if we all didn't just read what happened. Popo Hibiscus, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. That happened there. In fact, I also realized that I have put this same thing in my own stories so many times without realizing it, without realizing that this was what I was trying to emote, this was what I was trying to say, this was what it meant. So with the recollection comes the realization, a character trying to dissociate from the actions of another character so that it doesn't disturb their own emotions or mind frame at that particular time. Now I am certain about what it is and how it can represent in real life situations because of these people's comments under that video. I can now intentionally place it into my stories because I now understand what it is I had been writing without realizing what I've been writing. Now I can purposefully wind characteristics around characters. I can make characters do some certain characteristics because I know where I want the story to go. I know what story I want to tell by these characteristics that the characters will portray, by me intentionally making them perform some certain actions or be in certain ways, making the characters into actual characters that are carrying a specific message that will add to the story. So, what does it tell you about storytelling? So what it tells me is that storytelling can be intentional. In fact, storytelling should be intentional.
Got the kick.
And that's how you tell better stories, guys. You take note of what you didn't know before. You figure out ways in which you can use them in a more intentional, purposeful way to show emotion. Because some emotions you may not have felt or have acted out in certain ways, but you could want whoever is listening or reading your story to experience them through those characters. And so you could intentionally put it in your gist or in your formal formal writing. That's how I've been able to refresh my braids and getting them ready to be used for some more time, depending on how I feel. I hope the lesson has been learned, and I hope this video was beneficial. If it was, follow for more. See you in my next one.